Now maybe this might be a chance for Castle Hill United to relieve the pressure with the goal kick. Now this inaugural round of the Hills Women's Premier League, there are, and as will be the case in every round this season, 4 matches. They've all kicked off at the same time, 3 p.m. today. I'll just hold that thought as Winston Hills get on the attack with Emma Stewart. It's the overlap from Caitlin Hulley. And, well, I think Caitlin Hulley trying to get on with things, but for the small matter of it not being their throw-in. So the other games being played today in the Hills Women's Premier League. On Bernie Mullane Field 1, we have Kellyville Colts Red versus North Rocks. And then on Bernie Mullane Field 2, it's Hills United hosting Winston Hills Blue. At Hills Centenary Park, we have Kenhurst versus Rouse Hill Rams, while Kellyville Colts Blue have started with the bye. Just for the time being, Winston Hills getting that territorial dominance. And it's Richer who took that goal kick just a moment ago, able to play it out wide. And Winston Hills once again able to recycle. And now Castle Hill United forwards have been little bit isolated in these last couple of minutes, which is to Winston Hill's credit. That appeared to be a decent turn there from Christina Kresic. Now came the break. That's good pressure from Rhiannon Moore there, and even if Castle Hill United don't end up reeling this in, at least they're able to step up. So after a period of at least 5 minutes, Castle United have weathered that little storm. Now, possibility for a long-range shot, about a couple of yards or so wide of the post, but that definitely had the Winston Hills keeper scrambling. There's Monique Johnson playing it short, and that's certainly something you don't see every day, a keeper wearing the number 4 jersey. I did wonder why there was no number 1 on the Winston Hills team sheet, but that solves that mystery. And Venuia should have been onside, and indeed the flag stays down. She's got quick feet, but that's the pass going astray from Bernard. Now it's Rhiannon Moore looking to use her speed. Majock appears to have it covered. Back to Johnson she goes. But even if Rhiannon Moore wasn't able to get a run going, that was better. She was able to pressure Winston Hills into coughing the ball up. And now Castle Hill United just advancing this slowly up the field. Moore makes the run and might get on the end of the flick on. And it's Venuia for Winston Hills. Nice change of pace to beat a defender. Now Stewart looking for Kresic, that just a bit overhit. In the end, cleared to safety though. So as we've seen in this opening 13 minutes or so, both teams with decent speed up front, so that's something the two sets of defences will have to be wary of. As Richard defends strongly there from Kresic. Kresic tried to head it onto one of her teammates using her height, but now this could be an opportunity for Castle Hill United. And it's the early shot. I think decent idea from Lotta Anu, because Monique Johnson was about 8 or so yards off the line, but Lotta Anu just didn't quite get the contact right. Good enterprising play, though. And as Venuia certainly getting plenty of early touches. Good run from Kresic into space. Richard trying to track back for Castle Hill United. And she will indeed prevent the corner. There's Majok. She's taken a number of throws already. Decent flick on there from Kresic. And that's a nice turn. Left-footed effort, which might fall Winston Hill's way. Should be opening goals. Indeed, off the outside of the post. The clearest chance yet. It was Corinne Keefe who possibly might have been trying for goal. It worked out as a pass in the end for Emma Stewart, who was sharp enough to beat the defender and the goalkeeper to the ball, but just denied by the post. So Winston Hill's on top as we head to the quarter hour mark. If you've just joined us, this is Eric Subiano here on the broadcast for the live stream of Hills Women's Premier League. Score is currently Castle Hill United 0, Winston Hills Red 0. Now Stewart with a bit of space, about 20 yards out. That's a decent effort. They've hit the woodwork for the second time. Tegan Monk didn't have much of a prayer with that one, but Castle Hill United bailed out by the frame of the goal twice in the space of a minute or so. In these early stages, Emma Stewart certainly proving to be the most likely goal scorer for Winston Hills with those two recent efforts. They want to chase for Tomlin down on the far side. Be easily dealt with by Johnson, but at the expense of a throw-in. For Castle Hill United, they should be going into this game with a decent amount of confidence. They are the club that were the champions in the 2020 Hills All Age 1 competition, defeating Kellyville Colts 5-2 in the grand final. And that, well, in the end, safety first there with Venuia chasing as Strober plays it behind. Just back on Castle Hill United. I mean, every grand final win's an impressive achievement, but even more so as the team they beat, Kellyville Colts. They went undefeated through the home and away season in the Hills All Age 1 competition. So to put 5 past them in a grand final is certainly a tremendous effort. So in swinger once again from Winston Hills, and just like their first corner, the ball proving to be just a little bit out of the reach of Kresic. There's Kresic again. I think the defender might have just taken a little bit of pace off the ball. And that one's been cleared. Hopefully it's not over that fence in that just next to the tall grass. Otherwise that ball will take some retrieving. But we do have another ball. You see Castle Hill United might be getting ready to set up their first interchange of this contest. It's their number 9 Danielle Sutton, who is on her feet and looks ready to be coming on. Perhaps Colin McGowan doesn't want to do it while they're in a defensive situation. Well, United with a quick throw there, and it was a decent play as they've managed to gain about 20 metres or so. In fact, it will be double interchange for Castle Hill United. Oh no, sorry, it will just be the one. I do believe that's Rhiannon Moore, who's been decent early on. And the touchline just in front of us. Danielle Sutton taking the place on the right side of the United attack. Now, this could be a chance for Castle Hill United. They could get a shot away, and it's will be a free kick right on the edge of the box. Danae Crook has pulled this one back. Well, possibly a bit of confusion, but I mean, Castle Hill United, they look to have realised it is indeed their free kick. That shot went wide, but they will get a second chance. A set piece right on the edge of the area. And see Danae Crook signalling to wait for her whistle. It will be, does look like 6 players in the wall, I believe. And the free kick, they've tried to dink it over. It's Castle Hill United's turn to hit the crossbar. Well, no goals, but we've seen 4 shots hit the woodwork already in the opening 20 minutes. Looked like Samantha McGowan, the number 3. Deft touch on the free kick, just not quite deft enough for her this side this time. Just brief stoppage of play as we look for another ball. I certainly hope that's the last ball we lose over that side. Do think someone might need to go and retrieve those balls at some point. Now this is Sutton's first chance to get involved. She'll reach that one ahead of Majock. Now Sutton looking for support. And gets it from Facile. That's an excellent sliding tackle. I think that was Sarah Bernard. No fear with the sliding tackle. Lunging in like that on artificial turf, or always an interesting proposition, but Bernard timed that very well. Both teams just battling for it. The touchline closest to us. It's Adelaide Cassis, who was able to get a foot in though. So now United looking to build something down the far side. And Cassis has continued her run. She's got a couple of options. Goes for the cutback. Right idea. It was half cleared, and then Cecily a bit of hesitation. Johnson needing 2 goes to reel that one in. She's done well enough in the end, the Winston Hills goalkeeper. Now Venuya, good ball for Stewart, who'll have the pace on the defender here. Now, what does she have in a one-on-one situation? She's done enough to win a corner kick. It was Denny James just getting in the way that time. Well, they do say don't make a sub with it when you're defending a set piece. Colin McGowan, though, clearly not bothered by that thing, and so it's going to be the first run of the afternoon for Castle Hill United's number 6, Rachel Lawrence. And Lily Tomlin, who has put in a good shift so far on the far touchline, makes way. Meanwhile, the ball comes in from Bernard. Again, that's 3 corner kicks, and pretty much 3 corner kicks right on the money. Sarah Bernard has really threatened from the dead ball. She's clearly showing it's the right decision for her to be taking those corner kicks. As Majok with the throw, and Vanuya will retrieve that. Can she get a ball into the middle? She's just trying to make space, and in the end, that's good defending from Sroba. Meanwhile, for Winston Hills, the number 16, just behind the play, Emma Whittle has come back onto the field in defence. That's all Castle Hill from that kick out from Monique Johnson. Now, does break out. Stewart is able to turn. She does have 2 in support. Turns away from the 2 runners. And good transition defence from Castle Hill United, preventing the quick counter-attack. It's a good charge down. That will stay in. Well, it did stay in for Corinne Keefe. And then just unable to retain the ball. But it was good pressure. There's Whittle, who's got the first touch now. Stewart, and well, I think the play's been pulled back. Don't think that was against Emma Stewart. Might have been earlier in the play. As the ball flags up, yeah. Lotta Anu just... Winston Hills had stepped up just enough to catch her offside there. And that kills something that could have been promising for Castle Hill United. There's a decent space in the middle of the field, and Emma Stewart has smartly picked that up, and she's able to get possession and turn. Kresic making the run inside. Ball's just a little bit away from her, though. Nice idea. Good football smarts from Emma Stewart, locating the space. And now she's pressuring. I think she was trying to win the throw-in, but instead she wins the free kick. It was Danielle Sutton just a little bit too enthusiastic on the tackle there. Stewart once again looking for Kresic. It'll be Richer who gets rid of a defender only as far as Lauren Dow. But now, can Castle United settle it here? Strong challenge from Lotta Anu, and then another long-range effort that is one that is saved well by Monique Johnson. So Majok, who's now on the right side of that Winston Hills defence, plays it forward. The switch could be on. Instead, it's the long-range shot. And I'm not sure that's what Tegan Monk intended, but it all works out. She did stop it with her feet. There's Lotta Anu once again. But Dow stepped in momentarily, and now Soroba looking for the through ball. Oh, that's a nice turn from Bernard, but the second defender for Castle Hill just breaking that up. And now there's a couple of strong tackles in that passage of play from the Castle Hill United number 8, Nestas Richer. It's Venuia who's trying to shield it now. She's definitely got a big chase if she was going to put pressure on. Indeed, she's done so. So, throw in. Winston Hills have threatened with 3 corner kicks so far from this part of the field. So, let's see what they can do with the throw now. And the answer is to win their 4th corner kick of the afternoon. So, it will not be Bernard this time. I believe that's possibly Lauren Dowell. But whatever, it will be another in-swinger. Goes near post. Kresic, I think, tried to keep it alive, but just couldn't link up with Dowell. Something a bit different there. And again, the Bears showing a threat from set pieces. That's a nice ball, and Sutton's able to turn and beat a defender. Sorry, okay, she will keep it in play as well. Gets a shout. Now it's Dana Facile. She was trying to whip that like a switch of play, but just didn't quite wrap her boot around it enough. Right idea though. 31 minutes played here at Valentine Sports Park. If you've just joined us, it's been an entertaining game here between Castle Hill United and Winston Hills, albeit with no goals, but plenty of balls hitting the woodwork. Winston Hills have done that 3 times. Once through Christina Kresic, twice through Emma Stewart, while Sam McGowan hit the crossbar from a free kick for Castle Hill United. So now that will be a Castle Hill United throw. And I do believe we will see 1 or 2 Winston Hills interchanges soon. I have a couple of subs standing up. But in the meantime, Castle Hill United, they've managed to get it across halfway. Cassis. McGowan drops deep to provide an option. Now trying to switch to Sutton, who is able to bring it down. Can she get the strike? Here's Sutton, and strong hands from Monique Johnson just to punch that one into the air. And with no strikers bearing down on her, an easy catch. Sutton will be happy. It's good. It'll be good for her to see making an impact after she started the game on the bench. Now, Winston Hills on the attack. Kresic trying to whip that one in. There's Trent kind of making the shout. So we will see the Bears make 2 interchanges. I think I did see Madison kind of the number 8. This will be first action of the game. Also there, number 6, Ruth Marsham. It's been a good performance by Paris Vanuya on the left wing for Winston Hills so far. So that's a well-earned rest. Other substituted players. Another player who's impressed so far, Sarah Bernard. Winston Hills number 11, particularly with some very tasty-looking set pieces. There's Lawrence holding it up against Majock, and Majock's able to win the throw for the Bears. And then, fortunately, from their point of view, Naomi Majock taking that throw in incorrectly. Stewart battling away. She's managed to get the better of the defence across the face of goal. I think it might be the new player Marsham that was just on her heels. Stewart whipped the ball into a great area right between the defence and the goalkeeper. And Soroba was able to track back and win the goal kick. Just another Winston Hills interchange now. And so I believe that is Madison Erridge's first action, the Winston Hills number 14. So she'll move into the centre of the park. While Lauren Dow moves back into central defence. After all that, Richer restarts with a goal kick. It's McGowan putting chase and got the better of the first player. Not the second one, though. Now Lawrence trying to turn, but that's good defending from Majock. Majock trying to stop it, but might work out for Lotta Anyu. She has one teammate, I think that's Lawrence, who's made a run into the centre. Instead it's Lotta Anyu near the far touchline. Majock sticks to her task well, so that's more strong defending. And, well, I thought that was going to break for Winston Hills, but it will be pulled back. Danae Crook has ruled it will be a Castle Hill United free kick. And Sam McGowan straight over the ball here. Hit the crossbar with her last free kick, did Sam McGowan. This one's a bit further out. But will she try the same thing? McGowan, I think, goes directly for goal and about 2 metres or so over the crossbar. So Johnson looking to go short. I think Castle Hill United kind of read it. Sutton was able to put pressure straight away. In the end, Winston Hill's able to clear, but only as far as Fasila. He's shown a nice turn there. I think that goes from range. Yeah, the shouts from the Winston Hills coach, Trent Kiner, wanting his players to step up and press. Now McGowan with a good pocket of space, and this could be a chance for Castle Hill. They've hit the underside of the crossbar. That was Lotta Anyu. Can they reel it in for a second go? McGowan on the left foot. That's blocked. And, well, no offside here. That's off Winston Hills, and shot on the turn, not connected cleanly. Well, incredibly, that's the 5th shot in just a bit over 38 minutes to hit the frame of the goal. And that one, well, all shots off the woodwork are close. That one there from Lotta Arnu, really close, off the underside of the crossbar. To be fair, no appeals from the Castle Hill United player, so I think we could be confident that didn't bounce over the line and back out. Meanwhile, here's Caitlin Hulley coming back on for Lauren Dow. Now, there's one to chase, and that was Denny James with the covering defence. Kresic puts that into the sky, and Winston Hill's get a touch on it. This could be a good opportunity. Last-ditch defending from Courtney Ward. Now we've seen the ball strike the frame of the goal 5 times. With 5 minutes left in the first half, will we get our first goal this afternoon? You got Stewart trying to turn. Couldn't get a clean shot away. Ball down the far side. Lotta Anu, who's... Oh, sorry, that's Rachel Lawrence, I believe. Who, in fact, has conceded the free kick. Now, as Kaino's getting in the way there. Vital as she had 2 Castle Hill United players bearing down on her. Bit of a crunching tackle there, but both players seem all right. Will this break for Kresic? Now has a try on the left foot. That's blocked. Might get a second go. Turns the defender and another shot blocked. This does look like the kind of game where we might see a counter-attacking goal to open the scoring. Both sides have shown that they can break very quickly. Keefe with space, fires it into the middle. It's all Castle Hill United. Now this could be a chance. Lotta Anu gets a touch on it, and she should be able to keep this one in. And the support is coming. She's got 3 options in the middle of the pitch. Here's Sutton with a decent turn. Now McGowan, first time, just scoops it over the bar. As I was saying, it's those counter-attacks really for both sides. Lotta Anu really broke it open using her speed. There was good supporting play as well from her Castle United teammates. And Samantha McGowan showing certainly not afraid to try things from range. She has hit the crossbar already. Just couldn't quite get that one right. And now there's Lotta Anu making a nuisance of herself once again, and she's won a free kick. So no surprises to see Sam McGowan has headed straight to the spot of the dead ball. Now, with the all-age rules that I mentioned earlier, there will be no stoppages. So, with about 90 seconds left by my clock, this will just about be the last chance for either side to score in the first half. The angle is kind of awkward for a right footer, which is what Sam McGowan is, so we might see a ball into the middle. No, instead she goes direct for goal. It's tipped onto the crossbar, so that's the 6th time a shot has hit the frame of the goal this afternoon. It's the 2nd time McGowan's been inches away from scoring. I think I should stop doubting her willingness to shoot and her ability to threaten from range. Very casually rocked up did McGowan and put in a great effort. Good goalkeeping from Madick Johnson. Now it's Winston Hills on the attack. Stewart from about 30 yards out. Tegan Monk's calmly able to watch that one sail past the post. I think this goalkeeper will be just about the last action of the opening period, which has been very entertaining, despite being goalless. And indeed, that's the whistle from Danae Crook. So, no goals here at Valentine Sports Park between Castle Hill United and Winston Hills, but both teams have hit the frame of the goal 3 times each, if you can believe it. It's Christina Kresic for Winston Hills, who was the first to be denied by the woodwork when her shot was tipped onto the bar by Tegan Monk, the Castle Hill United goalkeeper. Emma Stewart then for Winston Hills hit the frame of the goal twice in the space of a minute. Castle Hill United were able to match that. Sam McGowan has hit the woodwork twice from a free kick, and Jasmine Lotta Anu has done similarly as well. So we could have seen plenty of goals this afternoon. They may still yet come in the second half. There's every chance of us seeing some goal mouth action after the break, but we will take a short break and be back for the second half. The halftime score: Castle Hill United 0, Winston Hills Red 0. Lily Tomlin, their left winger, the number 12, is in a lot of space. Is a possibility for the switch of play. So Richard finds a good position. I think that's what she was trying to do, find Tomlin. Instead, it's Sutton who brings it in. Take two for Richard. And again, she's prevented from getting the ball. There's Lawrence. Sroba needs to step in for Castle Hill United. That's good, cool play just to settle it down. Now, will this stay in for Tomlin? No, she doesn't. And Tomlin is taking up some good positions here, so when Castle Hill United eventually do get the ball to her with a chance to run at the defence, I think they could be onto something. It's kind of stepping in for Winston Hills. And she's continued to run as well. Can Winston Hills open it up? Now it's Kresic. There's a crunching tackle in there. Might have been Courtney Ward. Now there's Emma Stewart. Angles against her. It's blocked. She might get a second go on the left foot. And slices it across the face of goal. And we will see a brief break in play. I think Courtney Ward for Castle Hill United might just had a bit of the wind taken out of her after that earlier tackle, but looks like she will be okay to continue. Just a bit of a sore one there. As McGowan's been able to turn. Here's Tomlin making the run, and there's that ball. Lily Tomlin turns the Jets on. Hully's back to defend. Now tries to go back to Johnson, and it's cleared. But again, Castle Hill United forcing Winston Hills to scramble when they're looking for Tomlin. Oh, that's a nice turn from Bernard. She's got three in front of her. Can't find any of them. It might eventually get to Stewart. And Stewart, the two number 10s going at each other. And Courtney Ward showing no ill effects from that earlier tackle and brief stoppage. There's Winston Hills. What can they do? It's the edge of the box. Now, can they get a shot away? Here's Bernard who tries to side foot that one towards goal. I think it is a case where you have to pay credit to both sets of defences. I think both defences, in some ways, lucky with all those shots hitting the woodwork to still keep a clean sheet, but all defenders out there have scrambled well. They've certainly made it difficult for the opposition forwards. So Hully to restart, looking for Stewart. Stewart does seem like an obvious target for Winston Hills with the quality she's shown so far. Now Kindness got one to chase at the back, and Sutton's been able to nip in. Keeper's off her line, and it's, I think, not quite hitting the woodwork. That hits the goalkeeper's bottle right to the side of it. Another close call there. And that was Danielle Sutton using her pace to good effect. chased what was seemingly a lost cause and won it. Johnson had come out to close down the angle. Sutton tried the early shot and inches wide. Now here's Tomlin for Castle Hill United. And I think, well, as I was wondering about that, did look to clearly go in off Tomlin. I thought the Castle Hill United defender had kept that in play just beforehand. Certainly one to cherish for Castle Hill United. Certainly not often you get a referee to change their mind. It's the little wins that count. Meanwhile, Winston Hills go short with Majok as there's a high press going on. Kresic is battling his drop back just to try and secure the ball. I do wonder if the two coaches are thinking about their next interchange to see if they can spark something, maybe from the subs available to them. Strong there, run there from Bernard. Under heavy pressure, but was able to gain 30 metres. Quick throw as well to Kresic. Here's Stewart, who's spent a lot of this second half pulling out to the near touch line. Whips it in, but only into the side netting. Now Richo restarting with a goal kick. But as they've shown a number of times, Winston Hill's able to win it from the goal kicks. Kresic has a bit of space. Ball just ran away from her. And sliced behind by Denny James for a corner kick. If you've just joined us into the 61st minute here of this Hills Women's Premier League clash at Valentine Sports Park. Score is currently Castle Hill United 0. Winston Hills 0. However, Winston Hills, the Bears, do have a corner kick. It'll be Sarah Bernard who showed her ability with the in-swinging corner kick in the first half. 4 teammates to aim at. In it goes. Looks to go far post. Can Winston Hills pick up the scraps? I think that's Stewart trying to get the better of two defenders. In the end, strength in numbers wins the day for Castle Hill United. Again, that goal kick. Winston Hill's just anticipating the flight of the ball a bit better at the moment. But does work out in the end for Castle Hill United. McGowan picked up some intelligent space. Instead it runs to Sutton. And it's 4-3 if they're quick enough. Here's McGowan. Look to play that ball. Johnson's off the line quickly. That's good work from Monique Johnson, commanding every inch of her penalty area. Now for Castle Hill United, it's an interesting one. Of course, you want to start with a win. Goes without saying, but they do have the bye in round 2, so if they were to not win today, it would be kind of a case where they can't get back on it to right the ship, so to speak, in round 2, because they do have that bye. And it's a double interchange for Winston Hills. Meanwhile, it's both Laurendale and Paris Vanuya coming back onto the field. Now, space there for Courtney Ward. She's tried to thread the eye of a needle. And once again, Lily Tomlin picking out, finding those dangerous areas to operate in as Caitlin Hulley scrambles it behind for a corner. So it does look to be McGowan going for the in-swinging corner kick. Goes near post, and it comes off the hands. And actually, I think that might be an own goal, but Castle Hill United have taken the lead. They've finally broken the deadlock in the 64th minute. Samantha McGowan, she threatened with a couple of free kicks in the first half. 2 set-piece shots off the crossbar. She's played a hand in the opening goal. That in-swinging corner. Always so difficult for defences to handle the cross that is viciously swerving back towards the goal. And we finally have a goal here at Valentine Sports Park. It's Castle Hill United 1, Winston Hills Red 0. But there is still plenty of time, of course, for Winston Hills to get back into it. And they've gone close a number of times themselves in this contest. Sroba was making that overlapping run and was looking for Sutton now. I think that was Vanuya, but the ball just running away from her. And certainly this surface is something the players won't be used to. Artificial turf, it does play a bit different and tends to run a bit faster than your average grass surface. But it is still, of course, great that Hills Football have been able to secure this facility for every Hills Women's Premier League match of the round this year. As Kresic, who's had moved out to the left-hand side of the Winston Hills attack. Couldn't keep her cross in play. Yeah, I think that was Cassis tried to anticipate that one from the goal kick. And goes back to Majock, and now Castle Hill United can break. They've got numbers forward. Sutton's got one to chase. Hully's back in attendance. And according to the referee, that's all fine. Castle Hill United, they've thought they boxed them in successfully, but Winston Hill's able to play it out. Castle Hill United would try again. That's a neat little touch. And it's Rachel Lawrence. Chance to make it 2. Just didn't get enough of it on her left boot. She didn't make a very good run. That was a lovely first-time pass around the corner, possibly from Danielle Sutton. Now it's Kresic for Winston Hills and playing the pass that will skip away from Sarah Bernard. Continue Trent Kiner. Well, I think he wanted his team to take it quickly, but we'll see a stoppage. Castle Hill United player might need some attention. We'll also see an interchange for United. Rhiannon Moore back on the field. And it's Nestas Richer making way, and she's put it in a very good shift in the centre of the park for Castle Hill United. Breaking up the play for Winston Hills, taking the goal kicks. So it's a well-earned break for Richer. So I think it is that time of the game, especially in round 1. Does look like United play just needs a bit of cramp to be stretched out. As this player is just attended to. Would like to go back to a point I mentioned earlier. Hills United are entering a team in Hills Association football, or a women's team in Hills Association football for the first time. And it certainly is an important thing for women's football in this region. With a recent announcement by Football New South Wales of the restructure of their NPL 1 and NPL 2 women's competitions, and also the announcement that they would potentially award more licenses to the clubs currently involved in Girls Conference League. Hills United is one of those clubs. And it's all part of the push to secure an NPL women's license for the region. Of course, Hills United have been in the NPL men's space for a couple of decades now. It is nice to see the association trying to match that with the women. Meanwhile, back to this game. Throw-ins flicked on. It should be Courtney Ward getting rid of the danger. Now, can Winston Hills box him in? That might have been Lawrence who wasn't able to control it, but at least was able to get it out of play further up the field so her defenders could step up. Now, Winston Hills go again. As we're about to enter the final 20 minutes here. Castle Hill United leading 1-0 after taking the lead in the 64th minute. Not sure who scored it. We do think it might have been an own goal. And as a very wise friend of mine once said, they don't draw pictures on the score sheet. They do all count the same. There's Lotta Anyu back on the field and able to play a decent pass. So it's Lily Tomlin getting down the touchline. She's had a good battle with Caitlin Hulley right in front of us. Lotta Anyu again. McGowan once again finding that pocket of space in between the Winston Hills midfield and defence. And exchanging passes. Lotta Anyu strong in that to keep it up here. Now is Lily Tomlin. And flag goes up for offside. That is strong defending by Cassis. And, well, yes, I think the body language from Holly said it all there. She knew she'd handballed it. Now, Castle Hill United could just slow things down with the 1-goal lead in the final 20 minutes, but fair play to them. They did try to play the aggressive pass and keep the pressure on. And I suppose indirectly, that little piece of play has paid off. And now we will see the double interchange. Richer, or Nestas Richer after her break, she's back on the field. Oh no, it's just that's just a single change. And Bernard, neat ball to Stewart, who is able to turn and, well, Tegan Monk able to stride out comfortably and take that one. Was still a decent idea from Emma Stewart to try and pick out Ruth Marsham's run. Now it's Castle Hill United's turn, and once again Holly's got to scramble back in defence. And it's Tomlin who will continue to put the pressure on. There's Holly. This really is developing into quite a decent battle here. Now it might open up. That's Bernard trying to switch it to play. Decent left-footed pass. There's Dow trying to pick up the scraps, but Sroba has just stepped in to break it up. Now Castle Hill United have it. There's a bit of space. And, well, very proactive goalkeeping from Monique Johnson to get it over the head of the Castle Hill United defence. All the way to Venuya, possibly. And from that, very smart piece of goalkeeping from Monique Johnson, Winston Hills have won another corner kick. So Majok is up for this set piece. Winston Hills chucking a few more forward at these set pieces as they look for an equaliser. In from Bernard. And Kresic was in there, so was Majok. Didn't quite fall for either of them. There's McGowan, who I think was possibly trying to build out from the back. In the end, safety first, though. Here's Corinne Keefe, looking to cut inside. Now a shot on the turn. Well, it might work out for Bernard. United had to scramble and did so well in defence. Back in from Holly. Now, I think there's a shot blocked on the edge of the box. And now, this might break. It's 2-on-2. Here's Sutton. Are they looking for the return pass? That's definitely was the idea. Might still work out for Castle Hill United. It's Rhiannon Moore, I think, picking it up. Lily Tomlin. Now looking back for Moore, who gets the better of Majok, and can Moore pull the trigger? I think after she flicked it over Majok, it just didn't quite settle for her, always at that awkward height. Richard restarts. And Winston dropping back. Certainly a second goal to concede would be game over, you would feel, as we enter the final 15 minutes. Now it's Venuya who's managed to take over and, well, not on the same wavelength as her teammates. If you've just joined us, this is Eric Subihana on the mic. We hope you're enjoying the inaugural broadcast of the Hills Women's Premier League here from Valentine Sports Park. As Holly once again battles with Lily Tomlin. And Castle Hill United currently leading by the single goal to nil. Taking the lead in the 64th minute with what we think was, unfortunately, from a Winston Hills point of view, an own goal. As Cressing's dropping deep as they Winston Hills try to get something going. It's not really ideal for Winston Hills. They want her further forward, where she has looked dangerous. She's one of the many players in this game to have hit the frame of the goal. In fact, she was the first one to do it early on. And Bernard with that throw. Stewart taking over, and there is some support streaming into the middle. The corner kick count is starting to mount for Winston Hills. But the Bears still in search of an equaliser. Is Bernard, as has been the case, to take this corner kick. That's into a good area. There was a free header. It goes wide. Once again, Bernard showing she can put those corner kicks right on the money, though. So Richard will get a second go, looking for Tomlin. And that battle between Holly and Tomlin continues. Lovely ball, though, releasing Rhiannon Moore. Sutton once again was trying to break through the middle. Now, can Tomlin get the better of Majok? Does not get past, but Castle Hill United will win the throw-in in a good attacking area. As they make an interchange with Jasmine Lotta Anu coming back onto the field. Now it's played to Stewart, who's allowed to turn. She was directing Venuia to make a run, then skips past the tackle. Stewart forced wide by the defence. Still put in a decent effort, but safe hands from Tegan Monk. Monk looks for McGowan. It might break for Bernard. It's good defending by McGowan, who you can see her game plan. She's always showing for the ball, always looking to receive the pass. Now it's Kresic. And Kresic again. Decent turn, and she's got options. There's Winston Hills. Can they settle something in the box? It'll be a penalty kick. It could have been Corinne Keeford won the spot kick. Good body strength to hold it up. She was able to draw the tackle. And a golden opportunity for the Bears to draw level as we enter the final 10 minutes. Yes. Richard showing a little bit of her experience there. Just quickly giving a bit of confidence to the keeper, Tegan Monk. Big moment in this contest. Sarah Bernard has stepped up for the spot kick. It's Bernard against Monk. So here's Sarah Bernard, and it's too powerful for Tegan Monk. Winston Hills have equalised with just under 9 minutes remaining. Monk guessed the right way, couldn't keep it out. Bernard's strike of the boot, her swing of the boot was true. And it's hard to begrudge Winston Hills. They have played very well. They hit the frame of the goal 3 times in the first half. Sarah Bernard has got them onto the score sheet here. Now, Castle Hill United not messing around, looking for Tomlin as they have done a number of times in this second half. And it's spilled by Monique Johnson. Now Tomlin turns past Hully. And Sutton, well, Winston Hills get away with that one. They always say the most dangerous time is just after you score. It almost happened for Winston Hills there as Majok shows good positioning. Now Stewart would want the chase. Tegan Monk has stayed on her line, so it's going to be a foot race between the two number 10s. Eventually, Monk strolls out to gather it. Now, as I did mention earlier, no stoppage time will be played as per the standard all-age local football rules, which is an interesting one for the two coaches, Colin McGowan and Trent Kiner. They might think of making a change as they possibly chase a winner, but it will run time off the clock, so that's something they have to think about. Meanwhile, here's Rhiannon Moore trying from range. Takes a touch and it's easy for Monique Johnson. Underarm throw to Kresic. And it's Caitlin Harley who's, well, bit of a loose touch, but she was able to win the second one. Now Kresic looking to play down the line for Stewart. Herself unlucky not to score. And I don't believe Emma Stewart has come off. She's put in a great shift running all game. Now Tomlin once more chasing on the near touch line. There's Naomi Majok trying to shepherd it out and does so. So Treadkiner has decided that an interchange, oh well, actually no, he's just bringing Danae Crook to her attention. The fact that I think it's Lauren Dowell who appears to have cramped up. So there will be that late interchange that I was just speaking out, although done more out of necessity. So it will in fact be a double change. So Amanda Brown heads onto the field. Look like she's heading straight into defence, and Madison Kiner also back on the field. Now, a lot of Winston Hills players deep. So they look to build from the back, but it does break for Castle Hill United. Now Fusile. It's out on the far side. Now it's Lotta Anyu. May get a second chance to cross. I think that might have been Rachel Lawrence, who stuck to her defensive tasks well. Into the final 5 minutes we go here. Will we see a winner? There's Vanoya, who is able to settle it eventually. Now it's Winston Hills able to step up. The ball, well, there was Kresic and Vanoya running at that one. Needed the header clear there. I think from Lawrence. And foul throw awarded. Now, well, at the Castle Hill United throw and goes straight to Kresic. Stewart's found space, and I think Kresic may have missed her opportunity to play the killer pass. And Stewart just showing a bit of tired legs. She's really worked hard. I think tired legs just letting the ball get away from her. Now, it's Castle Hill United. That was defended well, but I think it's Moore is going to get a second chance. Tomlin needs to stay on side here, and it's the attempted pass. The ball has spent a fair bit of time in the corner nearest to us in the recent minutes. And Majok with some more defending as Moore tries to put the pressure on. And corner kick. And Castle Hill United scored from the last one. We're into the 88th minute. You'd think any goal from this point on would be the winner. And Sam McGowan, as she retrieves the ball, no doubt thinking about what she's going to do. Was a near post delivery that led to their goal. And she's got a few targets to aim at. That's another great ball. It was a good area. Winston Hills scramble it partially away. Strober takes over. Now can she turn and deliver across? She's got the turn thing down pat. Now it is still around the edge of the box. That's worked well. Can Rhiannon Moore pull the trigger? Now, who did that come off last? Oh, I mean, Lily Tomlin's chase did suggest that it was off Castle Hill last, and indeed, goal kick. So final 120 seconds here at Valentine Sports Park. It's been a well-fought contest. Could have seen plenty more goals than just the two so far. As I had mentioned a few times earlier, both sides, if you can believe it, hit the woodwork 3 times in the opening 45 minutes. Winston Hills, I think, bringing Caitlin Holly back on. She's defended strongly. I think this is just a decision by Trent Kiner to make sure Winston Hills see this out and don't cop what would be a fairly cruel late goal considering the way they played. Now it's Courtney Ward, and there's defending from Kresic there to win the throw. And will there be one last chance for either of these sides to threaten the opposition goal? Majok gets another throw and just doesn't mess about. The body shape does suggest the longer throw. That's indeed what happens. Majok challenges. Kiner back to goal. Johnson just providing the out ball. And there's only one place that was ever going. Well over halfway. Now Ward back into the sky. So it's a chance for Winston Hills. Not long left by my clock. Emma Stewart with a bit of space. And really outnumbered immediately, so even in the final minute, good transition defence from Castle Hill United. And there's Majok down the line. But that will be full time. So honours even in the first Hills Women's Premier League match of the round ever, and indeed the first for 2021. Could have seen plenty of goals in the first half, with both sides hitting the frame of the goal 3 times, but we had to wait till the second period to see a goal. Castle Hill United took the lead in the 64th minute via a Sam McGowan in-swinging corner, and we do believe it was an own goal that opened the scoring. But Winston Hills, who played very well, they would earn a share of the spoils in the 82nd minute, Sarah Bernard getting the equaliser from the penalty spot. This is Eric Subihano here, signing off from the live stream of the Hills Women's Premier League. We hope you've enjoyed this afternoon's game. The final score here, Castle Hill United 1, Winston Hills Red 1.